Welcome back to Overtime Required. My name is Devin. I've got my co-host David here with me.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
It is 10:05 a.m. our time. We're getting a little bit of a late start today. But yeah, I think we've got a pretty good show planned out for you guys and got a lot of good topics to cover. David, how you feeling this morning?
I'm down to my last Zin packet, so we're going to have to make this.
That's never a good thing. Never a good thing.
I'm in a Zin emergency.
So we've got 30 minutes is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm holding on to dear life right here. I was like, God, stop
He's
the.
like, I'm on my last cigarette.
Yeah, and it's a 3 milligram pack, so it's not like these two
No, it's not
old
gonna do
ones.
much.
Yeah,
No.
it's a drop in a bucket, and it's holding me out.
No, yeah, you've been really fiending lately.
Oh yeah,
Since we
compared to
stopped smoking, yeah.
Smoking, I was chewing and smoking. I mean, I was going the whole nicotine route, man. I was nicotine highway, super highway,
Well,
Autobahn.
it was just yesterday. I walked out there and we had a cheap cigarette, and you put in a cigarette with 2 Zins.
Yeah,
at the
I was
same
like,
time. I was like, dude.
I'm still not even feeling it. I'm like,
He's like, I need this to feel something.
I know. Looking for that fix. Just give me a fix, man. I'm sitting there itching. Oh, come on, just another pack.
Nicotine is wild, man.
It is.
It's wild, and it's so easy to get hooked on. It's probably one of the most addicting things out there.
Yeah,
this flies under the radar, you know.
it does.
You don't think about it. It's just part of society now.
But you know what? I'd still rather take the cigarettes and the chew or the Zyn packs over that vape stuff we did for a while. That vape
100%.
was no joke.
My
Man.
lungs feel better. My lungs felt better going from vaping to smoking cigarettes in 2 weeks.
Oh,
And
without
my
a
lungs
doubt.
felt better.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't waking up and struggling to breathe anymore.
That's what it felt like. It felt like you were living in a chemical fire, inside of like some warehouse, and you just. But it tasted sweet though. Oh my gosh, the sugar, and that's where I kind of had like a diabetic overdose. It was it was from the vaping, all that sugar, and that was insane. And I'm still rocking the Red Bulls, and I'm not going to stop that. And you keep trying to bring me this, sugar-free Red Bull crap.
I brought you one with sugar today because I wanted you hyped up.
Yeah, and I'm feeling it. It's good. And if you didn't do that, I was going to go with like a double cappuccino, venti latte, whatever, whipped cream, light foams, full send on it, and to get that, I need my fix, man. My grandma, my side, she lived to be like 98 years old, right? And I remember my mom and my aunt took her to the hospital or doctor's appointment or something like that when she was 90 or 85 or 80, 90, something like that. And they're like, doctor, should she quit smoking?
Well, don't stop now.
Smoking and drinking, right? Because they're trying to get like more life out of her. Because Grandma Elsie, that was a hell of an awesome woman. But he goes, no. He goes, if she stops smoking and drinking now, he goes, she'll be dead in a week.
Yeah.
And Grandma Elsie's like, in the doctor's office, like, I told you, leave me alone. So they were like, afterwards, they left the hospital, took her down, and got her a carton of cigarettes, and I don't know, it was like a fifth of Jack. And it was like, here you go, Grandma. And she lived to be another couple years old. Didn't quite make 100, but
Dude, my great grandma, the running joke of the family is she will outlive everyone because she has outlived her husband. I think she's outlived 2 husbands now.
Oh yeah.
Plus all of her children. She's outlived all of her children.
Remember the grandma we were just talking about from my wife's side?
Yeah.
Right? The one that I stopped basically talking to. I just let AI respond to her now.
Yeah.
And so she's been carrying on this conversation for like a year with AI, and I need to go back and find out what they've been talking about. But she's that way, man. She's lived through like 3 husbands. She's gonna outlive us all, and they're talking about inheritance. And I'm thinking, man, what am I gonna leave her? Because Jesus, this woman will not kick the bucket. And I don't want her to. She's a great woman, but I mean, she's like in her late 80s, and she's still going out there tilling her own garden.
So that's how my great
quarter acre, like still going out there tilling her own garden by hand. She serviced her own car, and she's like, I saw a post the other day where she's like, I just got done servicing my lawnmower, and I'm thinking, Jesus, Grandma, that's insane. Yeah, she lives up like Indiana or something like that, and she talks about the old mobsters that used to come at Capone and. That we used to roll through there.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That's crazy. And she's like, oh, yeah, we met a bunch of them, and they're just really cool. I'm like, well, you met Capone? And she never locked that one down. So I was like, uh-huh. But, yeah, it's pretty wild shit right there. I mean,
yeah, man, I think that's the secret, though. You just don't slow down. You slow down, and that's when
well, they say that, too. Like, the average, like, lifespan of a male is significantly reduced once he retires because, within the first 3 to 5 years, man, he kicks the bucket. He no longer has a passion or no longer has a responsibility to wake up. And it's like, what am I going to do? Fish the rest of my life? No, It doesn't work. And then you sit on the couch and they just fade away quick.
Oh yeah, it makes a big difference having some kind of driving force. I mean,
Shit.
Definitely...
Look at Chuck Norris, dude. Chuck Norris just climbed Mount Everest or something. He's 80-something years old.
Yeah, that's Chuck Norris. I mean, that's a different level.
Oh, it's a totally different level. But I mean, it's wild. Yeah, and I'm sitting here like struggling to get up the stairs to our studio room.
Yeah,
and he's over there climbing mountains or making or better yet, Chuck Norris makes mountains crawl under him.
Yeah.
So,
oh man, yeah. I think the first time my grandma is who introduced me to Chuck Norris, the Walker Texas Ranger. Love that.
Oh,
show.
Not in person. So you never actually met him. The
no,
show.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
As far as the first time I ever saw.
Like, damn, let your grandma hook me up.
My grandma was in love with Chuck Norris, but I think all the women at that time were.
When
like it was just
Texas, look behind you, and that's where the Ranger's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that show.
It's still a pretty badass TV show.
Yeah, my 11-year-old son loves to watch it.
I like the old shows like that, like Walker Texas Ranger and what was that? Andy Griffith Show. And,
yeah.
Even Golden Girls. That's a little newer, but even Golden Girls. I
mean, dude, that became a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everybody, like, that show went off the air and stuff, and then years later, everybody picked up on it again. It's like, oh, I love it. And then they got talking about, it was like, it's racist. And it's like, no, it was not talking about racism. They were.
That's crazy, because have you seen the shirts where it's the Golden Girls, but it's like a thug shirt?
Really? A thug shirt for Golden Girls?
At Walmart.
No.
It's a Golden Girls t-shirt, and they're all like wearing chains and all, and it says Thug Life.
A Thug Life, gosh. Oh my God!
Yeah, they have took that and just
to this
ran
day.
off
I
with
say
it.
what, I'd still bang the shit out of Blanche. I know she's dead, but I mean, dude, Blanche was
that was the skinny one, right?
Well, they were. I mean, they were all fairly skinny, but I mean,
she was the diva. She was the diva.
Yeah, she was the one that was always on dates. She was always like in love with men and stuff. And then Rose. She was the one that had more sex than everybody else, according in the show. Like when her and her husband in the story.
Now, that was Betty White, right?
That was Betty White.
Okay.
Yeah, Rose. Yeah, and she was the one that was like, they were sitting down at the table one night. And you know how they do that, eating the cheesecake, reminiscing. She was talking about her husband. She goes, "I thought Charlie was cheating on me." Like, well, why did you think that, Rose? Well, because he came home one night and he wasn't interested. And like, what do you mean? Like, she's like, "Oh yeah, no, we did it every night, every day. We had sex sometimes twice a day." And everybody's like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Oh yeah, it was sex every day, 3 times, 3 times a day, sometimes 365." And the girls were just losing their mind. Like, you're telling me that's holy cow? And the fact that Rose wasn't more blown out blew my mind. But whatever.
The most my favorite character was Sophia. She was just a badass.
Sophia, she was ornery, cantankerous.
Yeah.
She's whatever. She was the youngest one on the cast too.
There's no way.
No, I swear. She was the youngest one on the cast. Go look it up. Yeah, she was literally the youngest person on that cast, but she played the oldest one, and she did such a great job at it. Everybody loved her. She was kind of like the racist, mean old grandma, Yeah.
And talked about Italy a lot.
Oh, yeah, the old country. Yeah, she was.
Let's see. They were all between 52 and 63 years old.
Right.
They aged from 53 to 79. I'm trying to see if it'll pull up an exact.
But they dressed her up to look the oldest, but she was actually the youngest.
So the ages of Golden Girls cast often didn't match their characters. Betty White, who played 55-year-old Rose, was actually older. Yep. Estelle Getty, 62 in 1985, played Sophia. No, Rose was the youngest one.
Oh, she was? Okay. All right. Well, she was in the top 2 or something.
Yeah, the woman that played Sophia was 79.
No. She looked then, man, I'll tell you what, Hollywood rumors, because that's what I heard.
Let's see. Focus on 4 women over. They were all over 50.
Yeah.
And they were breaking age
But
barriers.
you see those, like, I see that too. It says, like, for my generation, they're like, oh, yeah, we were the same age as those as the Golden Girls. And I'm like, that's not right. I'm not my 50s. I'm nowhere near my 50s.
Didn't Betty White get in a lot of trouble a couple of years back?
For what? No.
I don't know.
God,
she almost got canceled or something. Or
no, you're thinking about Rosie and Donald? No.
Hold on. No, Betty White was in trouble not too long ago.
For what? No. Yeah, you're tripping, man.
Let's see. That was the show.
It's talking 1954. I don't think we're on the right track. It pulls up whale penis from last night. You typed in W in Google. You showed me that whale penis last night, and
Yeah, we were going
And-
over.
yeah.
I was explaining. We'll get off track for a second.
Yeah.
I was explaining to David that the a lot of the old like sea monster myths and legends came from
Whale dick.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Whale dick.
Whales
Just
would come
straight
up.
up.
I didn't. Apparently, whales come up and just flash boats for no reason.
I guess.
But yeah, if you
if
saw
my-
that, you would
if
go,
my-
yeah, that's a sea monster.
If
yeah.
my dick was that big, I'd be flopping around the water too, coming up topside, rolling over, going inverted, be like, yo, hey.
Jesus.
Yeah.
She faced criticism in the 1950s.
The 1950s. That's some time ago for you?
That was
Yeah, no, I think you're tripping, man. I think you're on a stretch right now.
no, that was
No.
I didn't realize she was dead. I thought she was still barely alive.
Jeez, you could, yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought she was still hanging on.
it was kind of a big deal, man. Jesus.
Well, that was in 20. She died in 2021, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That explains a lot. I don't remember a lot of 2021.
I think like flags went half mast for him. It was a big deal.
Oh no, I'm thinking of freaking. What's the other one that had that cooking show? You know what I'm talking about.
I do know who.
She went to prison for tax evasion or something.
No, it was tax evasion and trying to run over a cameraman or a cop or something.
What was it?
Oh, give me a second. I'll think of her.
Because she's friends with Snoop Dogg.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Martha Stewart.
I was confusing the two.
She's
Because the
a-
Martha Stewart.
and
Martha
now-
Stewart is like a little bit more my generation's Betty White. Kind of like she kind of was a little bit later to the game,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still did the same freaking thing.
No, Martha. What's crazy about it is Martha Stewart. She's now like the old school, OG gangster that hangs out with Snoop Dogg and stuff. And oh my God, like that's the crazy part. Like that's what made me think we've been like thrown into another universe because I read or heard something about like a grandma said like something like, "Oh, look at Snoop Dogg. He's such a good young man," or something like that. And it was like, "Excuse me, Snoop Dogg. He's a good role model." I'm like, what the hell happened? Because he was not a good role model when I was a kid. Snoop Dogg was now.
Yeah, I imagine
and
not.
now for the older generations, whatever, to go, oh, he's good. It's like what the hell happened to my life?
Wasn't it? It was funny. There was a Comedy Central roast of I think it was the roast of Justin Bieber they did, but one of the actresses were up there that was a part of the roast. Said got up there and said all these rappers on stage and Betty White's done the most prison time.
Yeah, the real pimp.
Yeah. And recognized game.
Yeah, no, she was living legend right there.
Oh man.
Was anyway. But what else have we got in the news?
Let's see. Going on today.
Because I know our listeners like, yeah, it's just more and more of the same old shit, which is not wrong. No, I did
so
find
much
this
of it is
story.
just
Check this out.
depressing politics.
A Spanish town bans black cat adoptions over fear of Halloween rituals. That's some wild shit right there. Like
Yeah, that's superstitious right there.
Yeah. I wonder if they're worried about especially here in the South, and like deep frying a bunch of black cats or something.
I think they're more worried about them like skinning the cats and like doing satanic rituals and stuff.
Think so?
Yeah. Yeah, especially he says a Spanish town.
No, I've been trying to look up where it's at. It's, they're talking about potentially sinister Halloween rituals. So whatever's going on there, the Animal Welfare Service of Terrassa, town of Barcelona, announced on October 6th that they're like, no more black cat adoptions. Like it's voodoo ritual
That's
shit.
messed up.
Yeah,
That's messed
so
up.
black cats are sitting in a little chain link fence cell somewhere, thinking, well, I can't wait for Halloween to be over.
And Barcelona did that?
Yeah.
Like the city of Barcelona did?
Yeah, and Terrassa, the city of Terrassa, whatever, is home to more than 9,800 cats. So, yeah.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
So no black cat adoptions. I don't
Well,
know
that's just racist.
I was just getting ready to go that direction. Like, that's fucking racist, man. But I got to say the news, though, actually, California's done something I actually fully, entirely agree with. I think the rest of the country needs to get on board with. So California bans noisy TV commercials. About fucking time.
Oh, you're talking about the ones where you'll be watching at regular volume and it'll come in out of
Talking about
nowhere.
this, we're talking watching a movie, you got the
and all of a
volume,
sudden,
and it's like,
buy a used car.
buy Viagra today. And just, low cost, you suffer from erectile dysfunction. And then the next commercial is like this and this and that. And then it's just really loud. It's like, that's
no,
too
it's
much.
always the ones that are, have you or your family suffered from mesothelioma?
Oh, yeah, right.
It comes on at like 3 in the morning and wakes up the entire house.
Yeah. And then we do have we do have a serial killer on the loose. But
another one, great.
Humans don't have anything to be worried about. The U.S. hunts a man who's beheaded sea lion in second California attack. I mean, who?
Oh, this is the second sea lion.
Yeah, who hurt him?
Yeah, who hurt this poor bastard?
I mean, he's out there. Sea lions.
Sea lions are so cute. What the heck?
They are, but to go out in the middle, like you just see the sea lion. It looks at you like funny, and you're like,
was this he's doing this at zoos?
No, yeah, I don't know. Sea lions hunted in the U.S. today on Tuesday, the second time in less than a year that such a gruesome crime has been committed in California. Officials said a middle-aged man used a hunting knife to remove the head of a California sea lion in July. They're offering a reward of $20,000. Not a lot of money for that, but after sawing off the seal's head, he placed the head in a zip-style plastic bag and left the area in a late model white Cadillac Escalade. It's on the ocean, the beach. I think the only thing that would make that funnier, honestly, if you like mounted the seal's head to a stick, stuck it up there on the beach. It just sits there and looks at tourists.
I think it's worse that he took it home because I want to know what he's doing with it. No, I don't think I do know. I don't want to know. I'm in my statement. I do not want to know.
I kind of want to know. Yeah,
but that's a guy that would be fun to interview.
Yeah, I'd be like, so what happened? So with the seal?
No. You interview him, you just don't mention the sea lions.
He gets all pissed off.
Yeah, just ask about everything but the sea lions.
Wow. Yeah, no. And then in another world today, so the cops pull over a driverless car after a legal U-turn. I wonder how that goes. Get out of the car. It just stands or looks out.
Yeah, it wasn't. I just saw on the news the other day.
San Bruno, California, pulled over a Waymo driverless car on Friday night, but despite its flagrant law breaking, had to let it go. Yeah.
Well, who are you going to arrest?
Who are you going to cite? I mean, I don't know.
You could boot the car.
Yeah.
Would the car know it was booted?
Would it? Or what if it towed? I mean, at that point, just let it go? I don't understand this. This is the part of AI I'm struggling with. I'm
sure they've got some kind of contingency coded in for that.
They don't. They had to let the car go. I mean,
but that was more on the cops' end, right? Like, he could have booted the car. He could have done there's a lot of things he could have done.
I don't know. I don't know what the legal technicality is there.
Weird.
I mean,
well, it'd still go back to the owner of the car, wouldn't it?
But
or would it go to the
manufacturer? That's like if I own the car and you take it out and you go for a drive and you do a legal U-turn, that's on you. It's not on me.
I don't think the laws have quite caught up.
I think they're behind on this one. Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Jesus.
It doesn't make sense, man.
We also have in the news about the Secretary of the Military.
Pete Hegseth?
Yeah, Pete Hegseth.
Yep.
Sorry, his name was slipping my mind.
Yep.
Where he, his plane went into a state of emergency on the way back.
Really?
I can't remember. Do you remember where he was coming from? Let's see if I can pull it up.
He had to have been like the UK because I know he's been there this last week or something doing some sort of telling the military.
Yeah, he was coming from Europe.
Too fat.
Okay, here it is. So Pete Hegseth had his very own flight mare.
Flightmare, that is the work.
That's awful.
Our news is just getting worse and worse.
His government plane was forced to U-turn over the Atlantic. A Boeing C-32A carrying Pete Hegseth changed course over the Atlantic Ocean and diverted to a UK military base. His only comment on the subject was all good, thank God.
All good. He's sitting there shitting himself at 30,000 feet because of it. Yeah.
Apparently, the cause was a cracked windshield on the aircraft.
Well, then I tell you, the pilots were shitting themselves. So that thing pops out because you realize at 30,000 feet,
it's pressurized.
The windshield doesn't push in; it blows out.
Right.
Because you pressurize the inside of the plane and it pushes outward. So there was one pilot that had that. Actually, the window blew out and he was out of his seatbelt. Right, because you can legally be out of your seatbelt.
It just sucked him out,
and it darn near sucked him out of the window. And the stewardess, whatever, flight attendant were holding on to him. His first officer was flying the plane, and he was like, he landed the plane with the guy like halfway out the window. I mean, it's wild. Yeah,
you're doing a great job of convincing me to go flying.
Well, it's a big thing. You're not getting sucked out of the plane that we fly.
Yeah, said cracking the aircraft's windshield, and I said he was returning to the U.S. from a NATO defense ministers meeting in Brussels.
Probably over there telling
no
them
one
they
was
need to pay for
harmed.
their own shit.
That's crazy, though.
I
wonder if a plane in front of him just kicked up a rock.
You know,
man.
he's sitting there thinking, this is bullshit, man. Well, you know, why do we miss this? Maintenance, you know, somebody on that maintenance crew.
He's
can't
been
get it.
really, really strict. Like he did with the National Guard.
I told you that shit in Memphis. Like those fat guardsmen came off the bus or whatever it was, and that somebody snapped a picture and said, "Here's our National Guard." And there was a bunch of tubby, overweight,
He's like, no more of
Pillsbury
this.
Doughboy guys. You know, and they're trying to act like, yeah, we're here to save the day. And that picture got back to him, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna squash this shit. He goes, you're not fit for duty. He pulls all those fatties off. And I was like, nope, no more. You can't pass the physical standards test, the PTSDs, and you know, PTs, whatever. I
hope they do the same thing for police officers.
Oh my god,
because that's the worst thing when you see a cop.
Dude, we've got some local cops around here that are
pounds.
way overweight, and they flat out. I've like joked with them about it, and they're like, "Yeah, if I got a sus that takes off running, he goes, I ain't chasing him." I'm like,
Jesus, protect and serve, right?
I'm like, but if Dunkin' Donuts opens up and says, "Hey, we got a 2-for-1 special," your ass is running. Like, you know, all units in pursuit of that donut, you know, raspberry filled donut. And I said, you're gonna be huffing it to the. And he goes, yeah, hell yeah, but. No, I do you agree? Yeah, I think it's. I think
no, I think that, you should have strict standards because I mean, look at what some of our other rival countries look like. I mean, China's military, they look like really professional. Like,
because they don't feed them.
Yeah, they all look the exact same size. Have you noticed that? Like, it's just like they copy and pasted over, like as far as size and height and all.
Sure.
It's like they went in and said, okay, I want a 5'11" man, I want him to be 150 pounds. And then, okay, that's all we're going to take in. But when they're marching, these guys, I mean, this is they're really strict on them. And it has a certain air of authority, right? I mean, and that's kind of what you want out of your military. You want your military to be professional. You want your military to be...
Well, we got to realize we just came out of that. We just came out of a phase where we're sitting back where, look at a third of our generals and executive management for the military were wearing dresses, and they were men. You know, we just came out of that phase.
Did you see the one where it was a sergeant or a general or something was dressed up as a furry, as a dog?
No.
Oh, hold on, let me find it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
This was crazy.
That is, and it's like, oh, take us seriously. We spend more than the next 10 countries combined on our military, and we end up with this. Oh Jesus, that'll bring you some pride, right?
Yeah, it was maybe he was a lieutenant or something.
Oh my God, U.S. Army.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
That's another one though. You're scrolling so fast. What U.S. Army something? U.S. Army's probed over. You keep switching. Hold on, stop moving so much.
So that's the picture of it.
Suggested poses wear bondage gear and dog masks while in uniform. What?
Yeah, the U.S. Army is investigating several officers, and I don't know how old this is, but the U.S. Army is investigating several officers who took sexually explicit photos of themselves wearing BDSM gear. USA Today reported on Monday, citing Army officials. The photos were spread on social media last week and showed the male soldiers in uniform or parts of their uniforms wearing chains, leather, and dog masks. Some of these photos depicted poses of sexual acts or submission play, while another featured an officer in a dog mask standing on an airfield.
I'll bring back the term dog soldiers.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's not the one I was thinking of, which is crazy because that means there's multiple.
I want to go any further. That's you're messed up in the head, man. I mean yeah.
I don't understand it either.
That's goofy shit, man. That is some goofy ass shit.
Speaking of dogs,
we're still on this dog damn cake.
Speaking of dogs, a security camera catches a dog starting a fire in a North Carolina home. Let's see. This was on October 15th, so a little bit older.
I blame the media.
A security camera at a North Carolina firefighter's house captured the moment his family dog sparked a fire by chewing on a device with a lithium-ion battery.
Doesn't surprise me at all. Do you know how many firefighters are like one step away from being arsonist? It's a disturbing. Like they all like let it burn. I mean, it's
everybody likes to watch a good fire.
Most fires are started by firefighters. Funny enough, most of them, yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to have to stop you there. Most fires.
Yeah.
Most fires are started by fire. Okay, we've got something backwards here.
Right. Well, I mean, they'll either A, start it because, hey, great, it's overtime, it's slow, I want to go start a fire because they're tired of probably chasing all the damn medical calls. Or B, they go start a fire because they just have this like narcissistic shit that are like, let it burn, 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 and they jerk off in front of the fire while it burns.
Your whole job is to put it out. Is it some kind of taboo thing?
Yeah, but
what if I didn't put it out?
Yeah, once they jerk off to it, then they go put it out. After it burns 100,000 acres. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah,
I do remember though when I was Forest Service, I was a firefighter way back in the days, 20-something years ago. I was a firefighter, and we did technically. Hell, I started more fires than
I feel like if you started more fires than you put out, you were a really shit firefighter.
You think so? Yeah, but I mean, there's actually a couple strategies just to back it up. So not all firefighters are bad and narcissistic. Most of them are, but if you have to do a back burn, you have the big fire going. The best way sometimes to put it out would be to start another fire in front of it, and the bigger fire brings all that oxygen into it, so it brings that fire you started to it, and then it combines, and then it has nowhere to burn. So that's called a back burn. And that's a really good tactic, but the rules were pretty simple for us. So if it was if the wildland, right, wildland fires, if the fire was started naturally by lightning, right, a storm would come through, stuff. It was just
act of God.
Gods, whatever. Yeah, let it burn as long as it wasn't threatening life or property. You were good. So we go through and let those happen. But anything else, we'd have to go ahead and shut down. Well, while you're out on the fire, you could not grab a lighter and start a fire. But if that branch was on fire, you could take that branch and you could throw it into the into a big old pile of trees or whatever else, and it could burn. That was legal. We started a lot more fires that way. It was fun. Let it burn.
So backwards.
And then how many times we would sit there? We would sit there and try to big old tree would be on fire. We'd see how close we'd get, take a picture. And this is back when we still had the old Kodak pictures. You had to, get with a film and film
line it up a little bit.
Yeah. I have no idea where those pictures are at, but
probably a better thing.
Yeah, probably a better thing because we got drunk on or off day and used those cameras for stuff. It was not good. So.
Jeez. Well, in other news, a hair museum filled with century-old mementos closed its doors, and the contents are being scattered around the nation. Century-old wreaths made from human hair fill the walls of Lila's Hair Museum.
That's some supernatural shit right there.
Glass cases overflow with necklaces and watch bands woven from locks of the dead. For about 30 years, this art collection in the Kansas City suburb of Independence attracted an eclectic group of gawkers that included the likes of heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had long hair. That makes sense.
I guess. What a weird thing to collect.
But the museum's namesake, Lila Cohoon, died last November at the age of 92. And now her granddaughter, Lindsay Evans, is busy rehoming the collection of more than 3,000 pieces to museums across the country, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York and the National Museum of Women in the Arts in Washington, D.C. So now there's just 3,000 pieces of different, dead people's hair just going all around the country.
Yeah, that's wow.
I don't understand. Why would you want to collect that?
I don't know.
I could kind of get if you had George Washington's teeth, that's kind of cool, right?
No,
but
I don't think.
I can't think of 3,000 people I'd want to see their hair.
Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of no.
2 or 3 maybe, just as cool.
Maybe some
artifacts.
toenail clippings, but not.
I'll go teeth.
No, I'm just.
You had me for a second. I was like,
you're like, no, it's still just as weird.
Yeah,
I don't care how you want to cut it. It's weird. You were onto this animal kick this morning, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of animal news today.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. A bear walked into. Yeah, a bear walked into a southern Arizona grocery store and ran around.
The start of a joke. Yeah.
It does sound like start of
a bear walked into a grocery store. Yeah, I'm like waiting for the punchline.
No, it actually happened. This was in
Arizona.
Oro Valley, Arizona. A bear walked into an Arizona grocery store, ran around inside for a few minutes, and then left.
Didn't use food stamp card or anything, no EBT, no.
Doesn't seem like it. No, the bear was seen in the neighborhood near the Fry's location and was spotted again Monday.
God, it's such a slow news day then. No,
it's all just animals.
A bear walks into a it's like
somebody said it just ran around. I don't think it did any damage.
It's like it's sitting there price shopping with the rest of the shoppers.
Yeah, it went into buy eggs and groceries, saw the prices and ran out.
Yeah, I was like, this shit's too high.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mug somebody out in the parking lot. Yeah,
Jesus.
So,
well, so yeah, that's kind of a news update. There might be other
Oh, that
political
see,
news, but it's all-
there's a go. I just saw the thing on the drone. That is nuts. Like, 'cause
yeah,
I've been wanting to get
our DJIs. Yeah,
We've been looking to buy a couple of DJIs for all our filming and media stuff, but with this crackdown coming, I don't think we're gonna be able to. I don't think we should go with a DJI because I don't think we're gonna have the product support and all that stuff. So that's nuts. That, I mean, and I'm not too thrilled with the American versions out there. They just don't seem to be the same. I know we bought one and it was okay. It was okay. It worked pretty well, but yeah, no.
Well,
I want my
according to
DJI
this,
back.
police and sheriff departments across America are using AI-powered drones for pursuits, investigations, and emergencies.
Yeah.
Even
Oh.
delivering Narcan. Okay, that kind of makes sense.
Drop a Narcan.
To stop overdose.
Why not just carry it in
Yeah.
the car? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yeah, but say if you're
Instead of like doing an Amazon
Well,
delivery
okay,
drop
say
for
with
your local
every-
police department. Hey, sorry, buddy, we got
Yeah.
Narcan, but
Getting
we're gonna
DoorDash,
air DoorDash it to you versus we just carry it in the car. But
I
whatever.
guess it kind of makes sense if you're, if there's a DoorDash app.
When was the
if
last
there's
time
a-
you were drug tested? Because that doesn't make sense at all.
No, think about it. If there's an overdose happening, 4 or 5 blocks away,
Uh-huh.
heavy traffic, right? But you've got a drone in your car at all times. You can just fire up and
I don't
deliver
know.
the Narcan
I don't
there.
know the time it takes to pull the drone out, and to deploy it, hook it up, and make sure it gets signal, and then to send it, and then you're still trying to all right, what address we flying to? Because most cops are not pilots, right? So to fly, I don't know, it just doesn't make much sense to me. And just keep it in the car. Keep
Well,
it on
according
the
to the whole
ambulance.
reason this is because of staffing shortages.
Oh.
So
Well, then
Instead of hiring a-
stop overdosing. I mean, either that or be better at your job.
yeah,
If you're gonna be an undocumented pharmacist, you're gonna use then be smarter.
no, I agree.
I mean, there's got to be a little bit of consequence here. If you do drugs, you've got to accept the consequences that you could overdose and die. You jump out of an airplane, doing parachuting and stuff, there's a chance that you could die. If you go scuba diving, hell, my first week of doing training for scuba diving, it was like every other word was, if you do this, you die. If you don't do this, you die. No, I'm not going to send a drone after your ass to deliver Narcan. And then what if the person is overdosing? The drone going to now deliver and inject that Narcan?
I'm not sure.
You know what I
I
mean?
didn't get that in depth into
Yeah,
it.
it does some
I don't
like
know if it's just a drop it or
yeah, you're over there overdosing. The drone just drops it on top of you, hits you on your chest, your head. You're like, well, we tried.
yeah.
If that's the case, I'm all
Hey,
for
we
it.
did our job.
Yeah, we got it.
It was
to
there.
You.
I don't know why you
Yeah.
didn't use it.
Yeah, you're convulsing on the ground. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, figure it out. And it's sitting there. It would be even funnier if it's got it's a woman's voice on the drone and it's got a speaker and it's sitting there, nagging at the person,
Like the Siri voice.
what to do with it. Yeah. And it's like brings him back from the dead. Just listen to a woman on the drone just nag at him to death. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm coming back from my
No,
overdose.
and then the drone, then the woman, on the Siri voice on the drone was like, "Now please stay where you are until local law enforcement arrives."
Yeah. If you don't wish to have this feature, here's sign up now for $3.99 a month. Yeah.
Or an annual subscription.
Or an
for-
annual subscription. If you do the 3-year,
Yeah.
it's cheaper. Yeah.
Oh man,
That'll solve their staffing issues. But no, that's crazy. I mean, but honestly, in today's world, who would want to be a cop? Who would?
Yeah,
want,
I don't know.
I mean,
it almost takes a.
there's
'cause
so
there's
many.
no good benefit. I can't see many good benefits. The pay is honestly shit,
Oh, it's so bad.
right?
Yeah.
You get treated just as bad,
hmm
right? I mean,
I don't get it.
I mean, get it. I
there's
mean, I understand wanting to help. I understand wanting.
Yeah,
to
but I
serve,
feel like going and running a food drive, you'd be more helpful.
be a lot more helpful. Yeah.
And more satisfied in the long run because, I mean, honestly, I talked to a lot of good cops. There's a lot of amazing and great police officers out there in this world. And it's so sad that the corrupt ones are so outweigh the good ones now,
Yeah.
right? The uneducated cops outweigh the educated cops, sadly. That I feel like at the end of the day, where's the satisfaction? Because, you go you truly arrest a bad guy, right? You're like, hey, I don't mess with the population. I don't mess with the public. And you go out there and you're out there and you lock up a bad guy and some ridiculous judge goes, yeah, okay, I'm going to let him off on a technicality or something like that. When he's a repeat offender, right? And then what's the point? They teach these police officers to go after the good guys, the good citizens, go after the traffic stops, go after them. I mean, it's a bad system. And I feel for the good cops out there. The bad ones need to be, yeah.
Well, the problem is,
And let me ask you a question. Here's the thing. What if we were to take away 90% of their cars in the bigger cities? Get rid of the cars. No, they're no longer allowed to have cars. You have a couple units cars, and All the other ones are forced to walk the streets like they used to. And that means they would get ingrained in the neighborhood and stuff, and they know the population. I think we should give it a try. I think it'd be a good experiment.
Well, in a lot of those bigger cities like that, especially like a city like like Chicago, New York, where it's big cities, the cars, it's almost a hindrance, right? I mean, you'd be better on a motorcycle.
Oh,
which they have,
and they have they have mopeds now, motorcycles. They have little cars and stuff.
They have the what do you call them?
I know you're talking about those cycles, whatever. But there's something about walking the beat. I respect that. If I saw a cop out there walking the street, going through the stores and the shopkeeper things, and I think that would add an element of, community policing. And he goes into the shops, the stores, and he introduces himself, and he builds relationship, and then he's got ears in the community. He's got boots on the ground, and he's talking to people. This way, you got to flag. If we got to flag a cop down, try to get him stopped, then there's just you lose that element. I think it'd be worth going back and trying. Honestly,
it would definitely bring back that kind of personal.
Because even them on a little scooter running around, you're removed. It's too much of a command presence, and it's like this. And you're supposed to be there to deter crime, but at the end of the day, your public is your best thing, because a cop is not going to be there to save you. Right. Your cop is not going to there to rescue you. It's not his job. At the end of the day, he comes in after the crime's already been committed and takes a report and does the best investigation he can, and that's the end of it. That's why I'm a big proponent and carry a gun. Carry a gun, because by the time the cops get there, the crime's already you've already been murdered. You've already been robbed.
Well, didn't they see that it worked out to where the statistics said that the cities with the highest concealed carry rates had the lowest crime rates?
Yeah. It's true.
I mean, that should tell you something.
It is. Oh, did you see Tennessee, though, is for all the schools? It's like starting the end of this month or next month or something like that, is requiring gun education classes in schools. Yeah. That's just fantastic.
Yeah,
we need to get back there.
Great. Yeah, I mean, we need to get to where schools are actually teaching, valuable information. I mean, and I'm not saying that the math and the science, all that, that's great, but teach kids how to do their taxes.
Oh, that's the thing. I mean, how many people don't know how to write a check, balance a checkbook, know about how the credit system works, knows about any of that stuff?
Exactly, because that's not something they teach.
You know why? Because it goes back to the Rockefeller. Rockefeller didn't want he wanted to dumb down America. He was really pissed off when
keep the public ignorant. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Keep them in drones, keep them workers. And I get that as an employer. Part of me is like, I want my people to do very well because, hey, I want them to be happy and healthy. But at the same time, though, I see the appeal of it. When I've paid employees more money, they just leave. They walk away. They go, I can do it better myself. I can do it. Okay, that's your right. But then if I don't pay them enough, they leave. So there's like a sweet spot for employers. Hey, I'm going to keep them just enough where, okay, they need this job, but they're not unhappy enough to leave.
And the problem with that is when you try to do it different, it just comes back to bite you in the ass.
Oh, I've been taken advantage of so many times.
Look at when we started Elite One and the team you had there, you were paying $75 an hour.
Yeah.
Commission.
Yeah.
I mean, and these guys were making bank every week.
Oh, $2,000-$3,000 checks a week.
They were stealing from you.
They were stealing from me. They were still unhappy. It was a mutiny every payday.
Payday. They were bringing home $3,000 and $4,000 a week, and still weren't happy. Still wasn't happy with it. And the whole time they were stealing from you behind your back.
Yeah.
And they were working together to do it.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
Insane, because what other job can you go in and make $75 an hour without some serious kind of background?
I know, and I was paying for the marketing, I was paying for the tools, the equipment, I was paying for everything.
Yep.
And they robbed me blind. I know, but I tried. I tried to do it the correct way, or what I thought was the correct way, and be that I was under that principle. If I treat these people well, they're gonna treat me well. They're gonna look out for me. No,
and it did not work out that way.
You saw that. No. It was just constant mutinies and fights and
things. As hectic as things are today, it's nothing like it was.
No, I actually get to have a life now. I get to do this show. I get to do our media company. I get to do a lot of things. And, I was there every single day, morning to well past late at night, and it was just going downhill. So, it's weird because how many people want to be their own boss, but then they don't realize, and that's the way I talked with one of the guys yesterday about, and we were going this, and he goes, yeah, I'd like to start my own outfit, and I think I can get going for like 30,000. I laughed and I said, for this industry, no, 30,000 isn't even going to get you rolling. By the time you're done with parts, insurance, and license, and fees, and all this other stuff, and just your phone system to process calls, and
a lot of people don't understand what it takes to actually start a business these days, especially not in this industry.
No,
because it sounds simple. You go, oh, all I need is I can run a roadside company. I just go buy a truck, buy some tools, and go out there. Okay, well, how are you going to get your calls?
Yeah,
right. How are your customers going to find you? There's a million different things go into it. You need to have a business license. I mean, all this stuff that is overlooked. It takes a lot to start one up. You have to have at least if you don't have the backing yourself, you got to have somebody backing you, and you got to be able to still, provide those numbers each week because it all falls on that one person. So you've got to be able to turn a profit. You've got to be able to cover your overhead, and that's just basic business. But it's a lot easier said than done.
It is.
It sounds so simple, but it is the furthest thing from.
What's amazing to me is how many of these mechanics, and they're working at the shops, and they got some big, badass toolboxes and stuff. And when we hire one of these guys, they roll in, and it's this huge toolbox, but they're still so unequipped for what we do. And it's interesting because like one of our tools, we've got a 1-inch Milwaukee gun, and I got a pistol gun, and I've got the big anvil gun, and it's that one gun is $1,200 for just the one gun, and that doesn't include all the batteries and extra stuff. That doesn't include the sockets, the 33 millimeter sockets that are heavy duty, and everything else. But
yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it really is, and just to, because originally, when you tell people you got to bring your own tools. You can tell a lot about what kind of mechanic they are based on their reaction from that, right? If you tell someone, yeah, you got to bring your own tools this job, and they're like, oh, well, okay, that's no problem. I've got, $13,000 worth of tools, and okay, you probably know what you're doing as well.
You think so, but I've even seen where that is not the case. I mean, they show up and they've got, they've got 3 variations of 1/4 inch and stuff, or 3/8 or something. It's like, okay, but where are your more specialized tools? Where are your interesting things?
Right.
And
right.
It's like, for instance, my truck, you got to see my truck, and it's like, it was the full. This is the one I ran out of eventually. And it had the crane, it had a welder generator, compressors, and it had everything. You needed a tool, you go to my truck. Hey, I need this tool. It's on the truck. I need this fitting. It's on the truck. It was, that one truck was better equipped than most of the shops in West Tennessee.
And still is today.
And it still is today. It's still the best rolling thing. And I think that's been the element that's allowed us to get some very big accounts. Like we have an MSA with FedEx, and we've got, U-Haul, we've got UPS, we've got some big accounts now, that we picked up over the years. But having this capability in our hands, not showing up in just a, I saw one guy yesterday with just a Dodge 2500 pickup truck, and he's got a compressor and a couple tires in the back. That ain't going to cut it.
No, he slapped a couple stickers on it, and that's it. And that's what's infuriating is you get these
road pirates
yep. that these customers want to use because they cut their rates down to $100 an hour, but you're gonna get what you pay for.
Yeah,
right. There's a reason it's better to pay that $150 an hour and come to somebody who knows what they're doing, who has the equipment, who has the experience, who has the team that can handle it. I mean, it all goes into it. Mm-hmm. But if you think about it, that applies to not just our business. That applies to any business.
Well, it does. Look, I mean, for instance, here's the thing, and you and I are back and forth on this media company, and, this is something I'm sure a lot of listeners that ever talked about or ever thought about going and getting starting a podcast go or anything of this nature. The amount of equipment, I mean, just to shoot this show, the desks, the tables, or the desk tables, these little arms, right here they actually light up. They're electrical, we've got all this stuff that we're running these Shure microphones right now. We're moving to Rhodes, and we're going to use these 2 extra ones for an extra studio. The computer system, you should see the computer system over here. It's what is that? Not a 45-inch, but
42 inch.
It's a 42-inch, completely high definition,
yeah.
high pixelated everything.
Curved
screen, plus the processor down below that can be upgraded with memory cards and everything else. Then we have all the tripods, and then to
GoPros.
When we pick up now, we start doing
cameras,
we've got
cards.
3 or 4 or 5 of the GoPro 13s, the 12. We got an older 7. We've got the 360 GoPro. We're rocking geez, we're not going to. All the lighting is something else too. I mean,
yeah, a lot more goes into the lighting than you would think too.
Oh my gosh!
I was really shocked starting out at just how much of a job it was to get lighting just right, even just to do this podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
you wouldn't think it would matter that much. You wouldn't think.
And then I was running the old iPhone, and I thought this would be good. This is good. And I actually had to go to this. I went to this phone here. And
I finally talked you into going from Apple to Android, and you said I would never do it, and I finally did it. And you went with the Z Fold, which is a great phone.
It did. It's great. I love this phone. If it'll stay on me, you can see it. It flips and stuff, and I actually do really enjoy this phone. Being a pilot, I have to have iPhone or Apple to run ForeFlight, but I got an iPad for that, so it stays good. But my everyday working, I enjoy this. Yeah. But I mean, just the amount of equipment, and we got drones, we've got gimbals, or gyros, gimbals, and we've got everything, and we're still buying more.
We're at Best Buy every day.
Yeah,
almost.
Best Buy every day.
Or Electronic
We walk
Express.
in there, and 1 to 2 salesmen always come up to us and greet us,
and they walk with us the entire time, and they're carrying because it's always something huge.
Yeah. And I'm doing this, so we got this, and then so Devin over here, he's running it off an older PC system for a production desk, so we're getting ready to swap out, give him the higher processor, bigger tower and all that, and give him this screen, and I'm moving to more of a gaming system, and I'm going to go with the 45 or 47-inch, screen. I'm going to go with the big one, and I'm going to go with the gaming computer because I want to start gaming with my 11-year-old son, something him and I can bond over as well. And I mean, that's another $2,000-$3,000 right there.
Easy.
Easy. Yeah. Right there. And then, we have more lighting. We're going to order like 2 or 3, 4 more cameras. Those are all $2,000 to $3,000 a piece. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't get started. You couldn't get rolling with less, so just on your phone, but to bring that production media in, and this is one of the things, we just spoke with one of the big radio stations here in West Tennessee. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not plugging them yet because nothing's been signed, but we're in initial talks about doing a partnership, a collaboration with them and another technology company that manages SEOs and does all that stuff that we don't want to do. We can do, we don't want to do. And they're good at what they do. I got a lot of respect for the guy that did it, or that owns it and runs it. It's a good company. And, if everything goes well, I'd be glad to,
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great opportunity at the end of the day.
It is. But they were impressed with it. Like, here we are just getting started, and I was the type of guy that 6 months ago, I was like, he's going, no, you need a terabyte of this. You need it. And I'm going, what? My mind went to Jurassic Park, terabyte. I'm like, what kind of flying prehistoric monster is that?
Right.
But I'm a fast learner. So,
yeah.
I mean,
it's a lot all at once. But I think we're doing a pretty good job with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, but the level of production we're already kicking out, I'm impressed with. And we have the new company, the media company is called Pindix, and it's original, it's new. And good luck trying to find a name nowadays. Studios, media, or production, type. It's all taken.
Yeah, we spent an entire night just trying to come up with a
we were
name
on it for 3
company.
days. What are you talking about? Entire night. We just sat down one night. That's what you remembered. Yeah. It was blocked it out, and I don't blame you. But 3 days.
We tried to have an AI help us.
We joked about names,
random names out, and it didn't matter. I mean, we did Shark Bite Studio, like just random stuff, just throwing, just vomiting something out. And it was like, oh yeah, there's a company in Texas that does that.
It was either a company that did it, or there was the messed up part about it was like the
domain was already
somebody
taken.
purchased a domain and they're willing to sell it to you for $2,000. I was like, Jesus. Yep. And they bought it for $13 a year
or nothing or pennies,
or pennies, and they just sit on this database of domains.
There's people that's their full-time job. They just they just sit down and they find domains to buy that aren't worth a whole lot because no one's using them, and they just sit on them and wait. And they may spend $100 and get 10, 15, 20 domains.
Yep. And
then they may wait 1 year. They may wait 1 week, maybe 5 years. But eventually, if you really want that name and if you've already kind of went that way with it, then you'll pay whatever you want. I mean, there was a luxury car rental service over in Europe somewhere, and some guy here in America had bought the domain itself, and it was already what their business was called, but he had bought the domain first, and they were like, oh, we want that. We have the .com, but you have the .net. We want the .net too, because that we'd have all of it.
Yep.
And he's like, nah. And he's like, oh, it's not worth. They're like, oh, well, it's not worth very much. We'll give you like $500 for it. Like, he's like, no, I'll sell it to you for $5,000. And they're like, oh, no, you're just trying to rip us off. Well, either you want it or you don't. Yeah. It's my property. I can sell it to you for what I want.
That's it. Well, and that's why with Pindix, it's a little weird, but it came out really cool. It's not the original spelling we wanted.
No,
but I still like it. I can't even plug the name now because it's taken by somebody else. But Pindix, Pyndix. The logo looks amazing. We created an awesome logo, and we animated it and stuff, and that looks amazing. We're finishing out the build on the website for it, which I think it looks phenomenal compared to these other media companies and companies in general. I'm just, I'm amazed.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, all right. Great episode today, guys. We'll catch you next time on Overtime Required. We're gonna get out of here. Got a lot to do today. Everybody enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
See ya.